The amount of times that I will always and forever say that I fucking hate niggers. Oh my god, I fucking hate niggers. Like, I hate y'all. Like, I don't, oh, we were slaves this and that. I don't give a but like, for a fucking reason, you guys were fucking slaves. You guys don't know anything better than to fucking steal. Like, oh my fucking god. Like, I was literally eating food with my friend. He had his, oh my god, like, I don't know, por Dios, por gracias de fucking Dios, I had my fucking wallet next to me, like, my whole purse, and those, like, that little fucking small shit decided not to fucking steal my fucking wallet. Oh my god, I would have grabbed my heel and, like, whoop the fuck out of that nigga. But, like, whatever, right? But, no or nothing, y'all don't know how good it felt to say, like, out loud, like, goddamn, like, oh my god, I felt like I was back in the Marine Corps. Like, I kid you not, I don't know what the fuck came over me. I grabbed that by the neck, and I was like, come here, you fucking, and oh my god, like, I felt like the world just stopped. Like, it was just peace. Like, I don't know. And then he was just like, even I, in my head, I was like, damn, te pasaste, because I called him a fucking noob, dog. Like, imagine if downtown were there, they could have beaten my ass. And then he, like, stops, like, hey, no, just call me a p. I was like, I was like, oh my god, like, you're a f***ing and I called you a like, world peace. And I was like, what the f*** are you gonna possibly say? Like, are you gonna call 911 because I called you a no, right? Oh my god, I don't know, this didn't record, but it was like, I'm kind of glad it didn't record, because it was like me expressing how much I f***ing hated black people after this. Like, dog, like, let me get a f***ing black person on a 911 call tomorrow, especially, you're going to f***ing jail. I don't give a f***. You're getting treated like a bunch of f***ing shit.
Members of the Latino community, Hispanic community, we need to have a chit chat. If you haven't seen, go watch that video of Ashley Gonzalez, the police officer, who decided to go on Snapchat and post an entirely racist rant using slurs and being a racist piece of crap towards the black community. And the one thing that I noticed a lot in a lot of these videos in this matter was a lot of us commenting, not all of us. Like, oh my god, this is horrible, racist, but it's not all of us. But let's be honest, it's quite enough of us. And we see it. I understand that a lot of us have the mindset of like, it's not us, and it's not us, it's the majority, but enough of us do have that mindset. Let's not forget, the Latino community in itself has a lot of colorism and racism within itself alone.
We are talking about Ashley Gonzalez. She's a former police officer from Houston, Texas. Recently, she posted a video ranting and attacking black community. Right now, she's regretting they have fired her from that job. She's pleading, please don't fire me. It was a video. They said no. You need to do what? You need to face FAFO. See what this creator is saying about her.
Hey guys, Megan Rainey here with KHOU 11 News, and we have breaking news. We just learned minutes ago, Houston police announced they did fire Ashley Gonzalez. She's now a former officer. If you recall, Gonzalez was caught going on a racist rant on social media. That video was shared by thousands, and once police got wind of it, they actually relieved her of duty and they started their internal investigation. And they said on social media, after discovering the incident, Ashley Gonzalez was immediately relieved of duty in compliance with state civil service laws. An investigation was conducted as fast as legally possible. So there was some concern from the community. Why isn't she fired immediately? Essentially, police are saying that they did it as fast as they could. The chief, of course, did meet with her this afternoon, and our sources were telling us that she was going to be terminated. This just confirms that. The chief even said in this statement that he's deeply disturbed and that she has no place in law enforcement or in our community, or that behavior has no place in law enforcement or in our community.
We told you earlier this week about a video that showed a woman using racial slurs to describe black people. At one point, she started making threats about abusing her power to arrest people because of the color of their skin. Houston police originally said that Gonzalez had been relieved of duty pending an investigation by Internal Affairs. But some of our viewers wanted to know why she wasn't fired. HPD released this statement within the last hour. Chief Noe Diaz says the behavior by Gonzalez was, quote, abhorrent, disgusting, and entirely unacceptable, with no place in law enforcement or our community. According to HPD, Gonzalez had been with the force since January of 2024.
This video is for Ashley Gonzalez, former HPD police officer. Listen, girl, I know that you have smooth brain. I know that you have smooth brain, girl, and you're not alone. Many other people do. That being said, I have a wish for you, my friend. I do. I have a wish for you. Para ti, lo que deseo más que todo en el mundo es de que tu banquero sea negro, que tu nani sea negra, que el doctor o la doctora que te ayude a dar a luz a tus hijos sean negros, que tus hijos sean negros, que tu esposo sea negro, que tu mozo sea negro, que la moza de tu esposo sea negra, tu banquero negro, realtor negro, chofer negro, Uber negro, presidente negro, todo, bebé. Porque solo así te verás obligada a cuestionar esos prejuicios referentes a la supuesta inferioridad de una raza entera. Deseo que la vida te dé 1000 razones en el futuro para entender la magia de esta raza. El karma igual tiene la tendencia a trapear el piso con personas como tú, con energía tan oscura, con un corazón tan oscuro, con tanta ignorancia, haciendo tanto daño en el mundo. Pero nena, eso es lo que yo te deseo. Negrura.
Do you think Latino community has the racism? Because I'm seeing, I don't know why they don't like black people.
Unfortunately, Ashley Gonzalez does represent the Hispanic community. I'm getting kind of tired of seeing Hispanic people, Latino people getting into comment sections talking about, no, she doesn't represent us. We love all people. No, if you go to Texas, if you go to California, there are a lot of Hispanic people that love saying that N-word, hard ER. In growing up in the Hispanic community amongst Latinos in Texas, I noticed that a lot of them love to turn a blind eye to a lot of things. When it's convenient, they might sit there and be like, oh, we don't stand for that. That isn't a representative of our community, blah, 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 blah. No, Ashley Gonzalez was a woman who was emboldened by her community. She went this long unchecked. A lot of Mexicans, a lot of Latinos don't know the difference between racism and prejudice. Sure, there are many people of color in many communities all over the world who are prejudiced. The systemic racism enacted towards all of us, especially Black Americans in America, in the United States, is something to be said and talked about, especially when many non-Black communities of color love to utilize that proximity to whiteness to inflict oppression upon Black people. Ashley Gonzalez literally got into the police force, and I think from what I saw in that video, she was describing how she was utilizing her position of power to inflict harm on a Black person, right? Unfortunately, when you grow up to be an adult, you represent a lot of things. You represent your parents, you represent your family name, you represent your community, you represent the job you're tied to. You're a representative of something. If those entities, institutions, family units let you go that long with that behavior to where it then got publicized, that is a representative of all those entities, those communities, those institutions. It is a failing on all of those things. I'm so sick of so many non-black communities of color, even, I'm sure, even in the black community. There's a lot of colorism. There's a lot of behaviors that everybody just sees, many vile things that are said behind closed doors, and nobody checks it. The influential people don't check it. The leaders of the communities don't check it. They'll sit there and go, well, nobody that those horrid statements are made about are here, so we're just not gonna say anything. Like, I don't need to say anything. It's okay. They're not gonna say that in real life. Like, in public, they're not. So I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to check it. But then things happen like this. Ashley Gonzalez is a representative of her community because it's her community, our community, that lets these people go unchecked for far too long with their racism. Ashley Gonzalez, a lot of the times, these Hispanic people genuinely believe that acting like this gives them proximity to whiteness. You are never going to be accepted as a white person. You are never going to be welcomed into the white community, into institutions of power. Entities that have power, like the police force, like the military, like certain groups of white people, they literally welcome you in just to use your dumb ass. But too many of y'all genuinely believe that it makes you different than other people within your own community, different than black people. It doesn't. We are all one. And just because some of you decide to dip your toes, tap into, hell, some of y'all dive deep into oppressive tactics in order to try to differentiate yourself, it doesn't. It's all in vain. It only makes you look stupid, and then you enact harm on others while doing it and trying all that shit out. Ashley Gonzalez is a representative of the Hispanic community. She's representative of a community that let her go unchecked up until now. And even now, y'all aren't checking her. You're just ostracizing her. Oh, we don't claim her. Oh, she's not a part of us. She is a part of us. A lot of y'all do the same things behind closed doors.
So just got word that HPD did indeed terminate Ashley Gonzalez, the officer who made all the disparaging remarks on her Instagram video. And I'm a bit surprised that it happened so fast, but something like this, you know, you get a lot of media attention and a lot of community uproar, and they're going to fast track it. And that's what they did with her. So I thought she would be able to keep her job. So in that regard, I'm surprised that she's terminated, but at the same time, I'm not surprised that she got terminated. So hopefully she's able to learn from this and move forward. Hopefully somebody will give her a second chance, because I think we've all screwed up. We've all said things that we didn't mean in the heat of the moment, maybe venting to a friend or whatever. And we all should be allowed to redeem ourselves and get that second chance. Thanks for watching, everybody.
We are here in regards to a role,
And we need to start.
that
And instead of thinking of a mindset of like,
at 1 o'clock.
oh shit, if like what came
Because
to
it
your
was
mind
brought to our
first when you
attention
saw that video,
that it may
immediately
be
was like,
that she
nah,
may be given
I didn't say the word though.
for resignation
Instead of going like,
instead of being
damn.
fired. Everybody
I
seen that egregious video
am very
that she
worried
made
for the victims,
speaking of the black
the
community.
black people that this
One,
woman
she
has
does
ever
not
arrested,
speak for the
because
Hispanic community.
she abused her power.
Two,
There's no
you
doubt
would
in
not
my
speak about
Yeah,
my
I'm
community
sure
in
she has
that manner
abused.
and hold that badge. You
She has
think
been abusing
that,
power.
one, that we
Because
won't
remember, she
allow
has
you to
been
do
a
that
cop,
in our city.
a police
I brought
officer.
the belt
That
of
means she has been
justice
arresting
today
black people.
because we want to let the leadership know at HPD that you're
So,
not going to go behind
yesterday,
doing back alley deals. You're going to draw
a
line
number
in the
of
sand today.
black
Because
people
let's be clear,
stormed
that badge that
one
she
of the
had on
police
her
headquarters
comes
in
from
Easton.
us, the community.
They were demanding
Came over me. I grabbed by the neck and I was like,
that
"Come here,
guy,
you."
that they were
Oh my god!
demanding
Like I felt like the world just stopped.
Ashley Gonzalez to be fired or to resign. And she refused to resign. So yesterday they had to fire her. Now she's crying. She needs your help. What can we do about someone who is attacking the black community? We need to go for that person.
It's been brought to our attention that she's
Anyway,
going to
tell me
appeal
what you
the
think
fine if
down
she's
in the
fired.
comment.
We're
Thank you
saying
for
to the
watching
union,
Red
tell
Minds
this
Blacks.
officer she does not even deserve or qualifies to be represented by your organization.
if you are a union that truly believes in justice, don't get this notorious racist cop job back like you've done others whom the chief's office has fired. We're asking the union to stand down on this one and terminate this racist snake.
Just saw a statement from John Whitmire, the mayor here in Houston. Today, April 24th, they fired Ashley Gonzalez, the HPD officer going viral for her racist rants on her close friends on Instagram. So initially they were saying that she was relieved of duty, but there are some local activists here who stayed on that story, protested to ensure that she was ultimately fired. And it was interesting. The Houston Police Union, the HPD Police Union here they've been making these cartoons that have they have a racial level to it. They have really been playing politics, but even they came out very, very early and saying she needs to go. So it was rare to see all these different groups on the same side saying that she needs to go. So in case you missed the videos all over the internet, but she on her close friends is talking about how she hates N-words with the hard ER and how it felt so freeing to use the word in the way that she used to use it while in the Marine Corps. Interesting. What I found interesting from a language standpoint is that she goes back and forth between the hard ER version of the N-word and the A version that we hear in rap songs. And there's always this conversation about who can use the N-word, the A version, and all of that. But it was very clear that she saw these two words as different. And to me, the hard ER, there's no conversation about that, and the intent behind the use of that word and how she was using it was very clear. The other thing, I mean, I've seen people discuss this at length, so I don't really have too much to add to it, but just this note, there's this conversation in this country about the purpose of DEI and cultural competency trainings, and Ashley Gonzalez is a really good example of that. Now, that kind of racist behavior or racism is really hard to root out from a training. That is some deep rooted behavior that often comes from culture, community, and the community of the Marine Corps, for example, where she was taught that was appropriate. It's hard to root that out, but I think what is helpful, those kind of trainings show how important, or rather the consequences of that type of overt racism and what that means for you in this role. You can have your opinions, and when you act on those opinions, particularly as a police officer, there are real implications of that. And so essentially they have to fire her because now every arrest that she had before today, before the video comes out, and after, especially arrest of Black people, comes into question. There's not a defense attorney in this city who would not be up here saying, Your Honor, this person has used the N-word. We just, I think that she harassed my client. It would be an argument that you'd be a fool not to make. You all have seen what happened in the O.J. Simpson trial. That really did hurt the credibility of one of the officers who responded that night. And ultimately is part of why O.J. Simpson was not convicted. So there are real implications to that, which is why when people talk about cultural competency and DEI programming as if it's just like this woke agenda. No, there are real implications of you having police officers who are not trained in that, who do not understand what's going to happen when your dumb tail get on the internet and spout off racist language. And one of your friends is a real one. It's like, oh, nah, she is a police officer saying this, and shares it with media, and it goes viral very quickly. And they had to fire her because, again, you cannot, in practice, now you have shown your cards, you've shown your bias, so we can't trust you to go out here and safely police this community in a city with a very large Black population, a very proud black population that has a history with the police in the city. We can't trust you. That's first off. And then even if people say, well, now we've trained her and she's learned, Now when you get down to the courtroom, there is not a defense attorney, not a judge in this city who is not going to ask questions about her credibility. Now you can't put her on the stand because everyone's playing that tape to say, this officer can't be trusted. My client is saying that didn't happen. So I think we should trust my client over her. So she got to go. So I'm glad that she's gone. And also, again, shout out to the activists in the city who stayed on this. This story was pushed by them and social media as well. And again, I think they were trying to kind of make it go away with the whole, she's been relieved of duty, and people picked up on no, she needs to be fired. Those terms have different meanings. And so that's part of why she is no longer employed here. And honestly, too, any police department that decides to pick her up, even some of our smaller ones in, the greater Harris County, would be dumb. because the same concerns that you have with her being an HPD officer, those concerns carry over to that police department as well. So I don't know what she gonna do. Maybe she can be a little security guard down at a place here in Houston. I don't know. But her face has been everywhere, so people gonna know who she is. I ain't no telling what she gonna do. I quite frankly don't care. Quit being racist. Oh, quit being overtly racist, period. But certainly putting it on the internet is just dumb.
The other day I posted about that racist police officer from Texas. I forgot what her name. It's like Ashley something. Well, the comments were not very happy with it. My Latino commenters were not very happy with that. And that dissatisfaction in the fact that I basically scolded my community for being racist, it proves everything that they're trying to convince us otherwise of, and that's that Latinos are racist. Now, for all of us who are like in the corner watching all this shit go down because we've actually worked on our anti-blackness and worked on being anti-racist, all Latinos are obviously not racist. That's a very big generalization. The problem is the racists in our community are the loudest out of all of us. And the ones who don't accept this behavior, we don't hold them accountable enough. And listen, I try to do my part and yell at Latinos for saying the N-word. I have called them out on my account. But me doing that is not going to do anything in the grand scheme of things. What is going to do that is if you bitch out and shame your friends, cousins, siblings, parents, aunts, uncles, whoever's saying it, call them out. Shame them. Shame is an incredible tool to get people to stop being terrible. Well, it's a very interesting manipulative tactic, but it works in this case.
Houston cop relieved of duty after alleged racist rant goes viral.
Oh, we were slaves this entire. I don't give a. But like for a reason, you guys were slaves.
She seemed to forget one major detail when she went online and said all of this. She works for the Houston Police Department. The officer now under investigation is Ashley Gonzalez. Here's how it blew up. She allegedly went online and started going off. The people hearing it were reportedly her social media friends, but one of them recorded the whole thing and sent it to the news. According to local reports, the video allegedly shows a woman using racial slurs and making offensive remarks about black people. And that's what made this even worse, because she didn't just allegedly say those things online. She made it sound like this is how she talks in real life too, and even hinted she'd bring that same energy into work the next day and take it out on the next black person she came across. Houston police say Gonzalez has been relieved of duty while the investigation continues.
Nourishes me, and indeed it does. So we're going to go through some of these examples, but first I do want to show you this clip, one of the immediate reactions on camera on CNN, and it was by Democratic strategist Ashley Allison shutting down bad faith MAGA talking points about this outcome in Virginia, putting a MAGA cultist in her place when she dared express outrage over a fight she started.
Do I vote yay or nay on the levy? I don't know because it's so confusing.
But also, this is not going to work. Can I just say very, very quickly, we are in an iterative arms race that's going to result in no one benefiting from this. So that's a lot of moral high ground for Democrats to cede for zero electoral benefit.
You mean there's going to be it's going to be net zero
this year? Yes, eventually.
Well, I guess
net zero.
But that is the point.
That's the exact
for
point.
Democrats, that's a win.
Yes.
Had they done nothing, it would have been
a 300. We would have started
for Democrats. That's a win. Had they done nothing,
Republicans will continue to amp it up.
Yeah, so then tell your party or whoever to stop it. If you take the high ground, then be the bigger person. But nobody does that, right? So then don't expect the other side to do it.
Love it. Love it. So that was conservative political scientist and political pundit Lauren Wright.
She was in the Marines. She said in her video that she felt like she was back in the Marines when she was going off on that black man, calling him all kinds of slurs. And it's crazy because she posted that on her close friend's story, okay? That means that the people she had in her close friend's stories, she felt comfortable enough to say all of those things. And more than likely, those close friends were probably people that also served in the Marines. Like, why are we not talking about that? Like, that's just crazy. And the things that she said were so disgusting. Oh, somebody catches her on the streets and beats her ass.
Houston police officer Ashley Gonzalez has been fired.
The police chief dismissed her earlier this afternoon.
Police Chief Noe Diaz says that her behavior was entirely unacceptable, that it has no place in this community, let alone the department. Now, many people were wondering, why wasn't she fired immediately? Well, police here did have to give her due process. They had to follow state law by fully investigating.
Without a criminal conviction or something of that type of nature, she'll still have a state certification. But I suspect that there will be a huge outcry to certain political entities within Austin to look at this very closely, because is there a possibility she could be hired by another agency? Absolutely, there could be. What agency would do that? I don't know.
The message from the community was pretty clear this morning when protesters took in front of HPD headquarters here around 8 a.m. They were calling for the termination of HPD officer Ashley Gonzalez. And just about 15 minutes ago, Houston police confirmed her termination with a statement.
So the police officer, Ashley Gonzalez, and I didn't say ex-police officer, I said the police officer, Ashley Gonzalez, make it an opportunity, guys, at her press conference today to actually be able to resign from her position as a Houston police officer. There's rumors, guys, that she's going to be given the opportunity, allegedly, to resign. That way that she can get another job, probably just a few miles from Houston in one of these little small towns, continuing her racist rant. Once you let people like this off with a slap on the wrist, they only get better at what they do. In her case, she'll get worse at what she does. So I don't know how true this rumor is right now. It's just alleged that she's going to be allowed to resign, which means she will be right back on some police department in Texas in another week or so.
Black people need to get over slavery. Black people need to get over racism. Racism doesn't exist anymore. That's how ignorant y'all sound when y'all say that stuff, because Ashley Gonzalez just proved that not only is racism alive and well, it's from people who look and have the same skin tone as us. And literally all we do is mind our business. Wake up, mind our business, walk in brilliance, move along, and then have the nerve to ask us why we need our own spaces. We need our own spaces because that's where we're safe. Just like when that woman harassed me about that one post that I made about all Black women and made a video to Black women, we need videos for us. We need communities for us. Why? Because we think that we can bond with other races. We try to be cordial with every race, but not everyone in every race cares about us. So Black spaces are definitely necessary. And it's really depressing that people are still ignorant and like low-minded, like really dumb, honestly. Like, to be racist in 2026, to be someone who hates someone simply because of their skin. Do you hear how ignorant? Oh, I don't like them. Why? Because they're Black. What? Okay. This morning I was like literally irritated when I saw that, because honey, the same people that you think will save you don't care about you at all. But the people that you say you hate before we realize that you hate us would have been the ones that come to your rescue. Think on that.
Ashley, y'all, I have so many questions on that situation, and I'll get to like what I really want to talk about on it. But I want to talk about something a little bit different. YTs, I feel a little bit sorry for y'all. And the reason why I do is because y'all are not all racist. You're not. And because we're constantly hearing, and for some of us dealing with racist white people, we just don't know which one you are. Because a lot of racist white people will smile in your face. They will sleep with you. They will marry you. They will be your friends. They will open the door for you. I mean, all those things that will make you think that they like you and they can't possibly be racist, be the most racist ones. And because of this Ashley situation, it's like, I honestly did not think, or I honestly did not know that Hispanic people
or, people of, of I don't know, I'm just going to say Hispanic people, right? I did not know that they hate us so much. I keep seeing this on TikTok, even from Hispanics themselves, saying, yeah, we're like, it's deeply rooted. I didn't even know till like a few years ago, they had their own colorism within their own race, that they had this whole light skin, dark skin thing like us black people. It's so stupid, y'all. What are we doing? This is exactly what the racist white people wanted to happen. We're all fighting against each other. We're all people of color. It is so stupid. But anyway, the Ashley girl, I am so glad she did what she did, because that was so stupid. Although you didn't mean for that to get out like that, why would you record something that could possibly get leaked? That's how comfortable and sure she was to send that to her own friend or friends, to feel like nothing was going to happen with that video. It was just going to be a personal thing. But I'm so glad she was exposed. It's just one less bad cop out there. So really the basis of my video is, I hate that we live in a world where we're so focused on the color of each other's skin. We're so divided because of the different cultures and how we do certain things. We're all the same, but different. When I say the same, we're all human beings. We all have families. We all have emotions. We all bleed red. We all look the same when it comes to biology. We all are going to die one day. Okay? And we're fighting over stupid, petty things just because of differences. But it's also sad because a lot of people that are racist, I don't think they can help it, because a lot of them they're taught to feel that way about certain people. They're taught to. And you have to also understand, the way people usually see black people in a very negative light was all that by design by the white racist people. The way we're portrayed in movies constantly, in the ghetto, in the hood, ratchet, all that stuff. That's not all of us. You're literally looking through a small window that the racist white tea are constantly putting in front of your face with the majority of movies that come out. When you look at the majority of black movies that come out, it's usually us playing gangsters or slaves. Most of the time. There are a few good ones where it pertains us in good light. Thank goodness, right? But the other ones overshadow it so much that so many non-black people who are already racist feed off of that, feed their racism even more, when they constantly see us in a negative light, to say, okay, well, see, that's why I don't like them. You know what I mean? And it don't even matter if in their real lives they meet black people like me that don't act like that are good. I've never stolen anything in my life. I was never raised in the hood. I don't know nothing about the hood. I don't know nothing about any of that stuff, okay? I was raised middle class. But a person that's racist would look at me and be like, I hate her because of the color of her skin. They would probably assume I'm ghetto and ratchet or from the hood. And it's really sad, y'all. It's really sad. So TikTok is just full of people of all colors, especially us, constantly acknowledging the fact that people just hate us. They hate that we exist based off of their taught racism, based off of their perception of us because of what the white tease of racism, supremacy, purposely puts out there for you to believe about us. And the word black, again, is a very negative word, which is meant to make us sound like we're just bad people, because we're not even black, we're brown. I'm gonna say it again. It's just stupid, y'all. So that's my 2 cents. I'm glad Ashley got what she deserved. She should not be a police officer. And unfortunately, there's a lot of police officers that think and feel like her and who are doing bad things, currently still doing it, and probably have done worse and have gotten away with it. But at the end of the day, at least we got one of them. And hopefully it's a learning lesson for her. You need to keep your mouth shut. Just talk to your friends live. Don't record. Don't do stupid stuff. People, think about what you do when you do things, okay? If you're going to do something you know is going to be so disrespectful to a certain race of people, and you're in a profession where you work with people, don't record it and send it to anybody. What is it? Somebody said, you can't trust anybody. Don't trust nobody. That's what that means when they say don't trust anybody. You don't trust nobody.
If it took y'all finding out and listening to Ashley Gonzalez's rogue Houston cops racist banter for y'all to realize that a lot of Hispanics don't fuck with black people like that, then I don't know what rock y'all have been literally shivering under, because how could y'all not have known? They make it abundantly clear when they never come forth to support us like we have done them in the past. I've been stopped doing it, especially when it was noticeably clear that they didn't feel the same about us. They would rather go support the white people as opposed to black people. So,
I didn't need to see that Houston police officer Ashley Gonzalez racial rant to know that racism is alive today. To be honest, there's probably a lot of police officers that feel the same way, as well as a lot of Hispanics that feel the same way about black people. They feel the same way Ashley Gonzalez feels. They just ain't record themselves. But the shocking thing about it is Ashley Gonzalez was relieved of her job. And nobody started a GoFundMe like they did for that Caucasian lady at Starbucks. That's racism.
But the original plan was to let her resign. That was the original plan, but it got leaked out. And whoever's leaking out the information, yeah, shout out to y'all, man. Listen, I love to see people letting people know, say, hey, this is what's about to go down. Handle that. Do something, whatever. I love when people do that. Oh, I love to have black people, whoever, just passing information. That's good. Even the original person that actually recorded her doing that, right? I'm pretty sure it wasn't a black person in her chat that recorded that. It probably was somebody from her own community. And it's the thing, when she doing that, there are a lot of people in her community that's friends of black people. A lot of black people, they family members or whatever. They married to black people, especially here in this area, definitely Texas. So I don't know why she thought that would have been okay with everybody. But, hey, it is what it is. Now she learned a good lesson. But let me say something else. What you saw, what happened on the initial video with Ashley Gonzalez, right? And let me go and look exactly the first day I covered that, so I can go and just get a timeline real quick, how quick that actually happened from the time she got found out to the time she got fired. Just give me a second. Let me glance at something in my archives, at least when I first started covering it. I think I started covering it. Hold on. What's the first time I covered that story? I'm looking for my picture. No. I think I covered it on this channel. It was 2 days ago. I actually covered it on the first time. 2 days ago, actually. And that was like, I think a day or so, right? Or a couple of hours after. No, it was, I think, either the same day or a day after. So it was 2 days ago I actually covered that. And we looking at today, she's fired. Now, how did that happen? Yes, we want to definitely give a shout out to Dr. Candace Matthews for receiving the video and putting the video out, drawing attention to it. Definitely shout out to Dr. Candace Matthews. We go ahead and give her a hand clap for that. She's doing the Lord's work by doing that, getting an anti-black racist off of the police force. Beautiful, beautiful thing. Also, when black people saw that, they didn't stay quiet. They actually didn't ask for permission. They didn't go to you notice the NAACP and the Urban League and Boule Martin's gang and all of them. They had nothing to do with this. This was done by the grassroots completely. People seen this, got on code and said, oh, hell no, this is not about to go down. No. Everybody started speaking on it, using their platforms and their voice without needing a leader, right? Being on code. Then other brothers and sisters saw this throughout the country. They were speaking on it all over TikTok, all over YouTube, whatever, speaking on their experiences with people like Ashley within her particular community who have anti-black views, and brought that conversation more to the fore.
All right, I wasn't going to do a video, but I'm receiving death threats, and yeah, it needs to be addressed. I am not that girl in the video. Yes, we share the same name, Ashley. She's Hispanic. Apparently, she's a cop, but it isn't me. People that know me, my friends, obviously know that it's not me. But people that don't know me and have found my profile, Instagram, Facebook, they're obviously thinking that they found the girl in that video, and they're sending hate comments, they're sending death threats, and I already blocked so many pages, I reported so many comments, I can only do so much, and they just keep coming. If you pay close attention to that video and me, you will see that we're not the same person. I have tattoos everywhere on my arm, and my last name on my body. So you can see that me and her are not the same person. So if y'all could just please do a better investigation in the future and try to locate the right person instead of tarnishing somebody else's image that could potentially, mess with their career. People would appreciate that. But yeah, it's not me. I don't stand for anything she said at all. Absolutely not. What she said was wrong. What she did was wrong. So, yeah.
Girl, you must have forgot where you work when you went online and said all this.
I hate, I hate y'all, I don't, oh, we were slaves this entire, I don't give a, for a reason you guys were.
And I bet your ass didn't think the Houston Police Department was going to see that, did you? However, if you've not seen this video already, this is allegedly Ashley Gonzalez of the Houston Police Department, and an incident occurred. She went online and started ranting. These would have been social media friends. One of them recorded it, sent it to the news, and kudos to you, low-key, because she works with the public. So when you go on a full racist rant, and I'm not even going to say allegedly because the shit's right there, why would you think that's okay to hit record and post that online? The Houston Police Department came out and said that she has been relieved of duty while there's an investigation. But not only did you say all that, you expressed that you also use that language at work.
And I was like, come here, you. And oh my God, I felt like the world just stopped. It was just peace.
And how you were going to take those feelings with you the next day to take it out on the next Black person. The reality is, when you choose a job like that, your words carry weight even when you're off the clock.
Thank you for watching Great Minds Blacks. Thank you for watching Great Minds Blacks.